Welcome, my crafty friends. This is the card we're gonna make today. Look how cute, but wait for it. What? It comes with its own bookmark. Are you ready to create some crafts? All right, take a quick screenshot if you're not already on my email list. If you're on my list, you already received all these measurements. So message me with your email so you will receive next week's video measurements, because I want everybody to be able to craft along with me. How cute and fun is this? All right, so let's get on to step one, and that is our base, which for me, I'm gonna use Night of Navy. That's my color. So I have cut my base at 11 by 5.5, and then here's where we're gonna score it. We're gonna come in and score it at 2.5, then scooch it over and score it at 6 3/4. I'm showing you on my paper trimmer because this particular paper trimmer has both a cut blade and a score blade that both push out of the way for when you need the opposite blade. So this is like getting a twofer, and I really highly recommend it. It's a great price point, plus this expands so you can use it for scrapbooking as well. Your base. Now we're gonna cut our next piece at 4 1/4 by 3.5. And this is gonna be for the inside of our card. And then we're gonna do some stamping. But I wanna do a little more cutting. We are gonna cut our designer series paper. I'm using the one called Mediterranean Blooms. So the first one you're gonna cut at 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. And then here's the other side, which is why it's called Blooms. But you kind of, again, get a twofer with this paper because you get the citrus fruit on one side, but this beautiful neutral blue on the opposite side. Same paper, different design, and you're gonna cut at 5 1/8 by 2 1/4. And let me give you a quick glance at how precious this paper is. Here it is at a glance, and it's all the designs front and back. Mediterranean Blooms. I think you'll really like it. First thing we're gonna do is some stamping. So I'm gonna get out my sheet and do a little stamping. This is for the inside. Do you remember that it's gonna go on the inside? So what I'm gonna do, this is Balmy Blue, and you'll see why I chose this color in a minute. So just a quick little precious little stamp on the inside of the card. All right, we've got our scores. So what I want you to do is fold the short score over the top of this and just hold it in place, and then tuck this one underneath. So that's going to give you the opening, and this is going to be our outside pocket for the bookmark. So now you're going to know exactly where to lay, exactly where the inside of your card is. So go ahead. I use my Silicone Craft Sheet because look, I'm starting off the paper and nothing sticks to the craft sheet. And I can just drag it into place. You'll see me use probably 2-3 different types of adhesive, and that's okay. All right, so there's the inside of my card, and I just wanted it to be a quick one and done for you. This one's gonna go on this side, but this side is gonna go on this side. But where's our cut? So let's get to that. What we're gonna do next is cut the angle into our card. So come in anywhere you want, depending how deep you want your angle. I'm gonna come in with my point at 1.5, and I'm gonna put my fold line at the edge of the trough right here where the cutting blade is gonna go. And then I'm just gonna cut me a little triangle, and that's gonna give our angle. Now, with this piece, what I want you to do, your piece is not gonna have this angle. I've pre-cut it. So your piece is gonna be like this on both sides. So what you're gonna do is pull this one up until this corner matches, let me flip it over so you can see, the corner, top corner matches the edge of the angle there, and use this as your template and cut the corner off of your pattern paper. So then when you flip it back around, and you've got to be sure when you cut, be sure the side that you want up is facing up, so that when you raise this up and cut your angle and you're using the inside as your template, that when you bring it back and we're getting ready to adhere it down, it's going to be in the correct direction for what you're looking for. So let me get some glue. This is my Tombow Multipurpose Glue. Now with glue, the secret, you saw I just started in the middle. Why is she starting in the middle? The first time you squeeze your bottle, a blob is coming out. So drag it, squeeze your bottle, and then drag it towards the edge. And that's the secret to your success. So just a bitty bit is on the edge. And then the glue you've already got in place, just drag it around without squeezing the bottle and without getting too much glue. A little really goes a long way. So I'm gonna move that out so I have a nice visual. Eyeball it, line it up, and then adhere it down in place. So it's gonna look like this, but before it looks like this, we're gonna glue the other one down because it overlaps. Your little pocket's gonna overlap, all right? Silicone Craft Sheet. The Silicone Craft Sheet, yes, I use for adhesive, but you're also gonna see me use it for stamping. A little trick of the trade. When you're using the polymer stamps, I want you to use this craft sheet. I forgot the word silicone for a split second. I want you to use it as the padding. See, it's now this is gonna overlap. Your little pocket's gonna overlap. Now remember when I said I'm gonna use 3 different adhesives? What the hecky, right? So this is tear and tape. Here's why I'm using this instead of glue, instead of the tape runner, which is called Stampin' Seal. I like how skinny this is. Doesn't take up a whole lot of space. I like that it's not messy. I like that I can get it right in place. And did you see me tear it? This is extremely strong tape, which is why I use it for projects I really don't want to fall apart. However, it's weak enough where I can tear it with my hands. So I use this a lot, you guys, the tear and tape. Here we go. Now the fun part. Are you ready for it? You're just gonna fold that flap. And except for the decorating and the bookmark, your card is done. How cute and fun is that? So let's get on to some fun stuff. Let's get on to some decorating. I'm gonna bring this back out because what I wanna do is make our bookmark. Now the first thing I'm gonna do, let me show you this. I wanna see about, all right, so about there, let me put a little pencil tick mark. Sorry, you just saw my arm. About there. And why did I put a tick mark? Because these are my Stampin' Blends. I'm using crumb cake. You can use any color marker you want. I'm gonna draw a shelf. What? Yes, I'm gonna draw a shelf. So let me line this up. There we go. And I'm gonna use my lighter color. And it has 2 different ends, a thick one and a thin one. These are great for scrapbooking too, you guys. So I'm gonna start at this side and drag it to this side. I'm gonna go a little thicker. I can make it a little straighter. I want it to look like a bookshelf. Here's my bookmark. So for this one, I'm gonna bring over my books. All right, now that we've drawn this bookshelf, I'm gonna just kind of eyeball and see where my next books are gonna be, about right there. So I'm gonna draw my next little bookshelf right there. Golly, are you laughing at my straight line, which isn't straight at all? That's why I make it thick. I can come right back in and draw it a little thicker, and it's gonna make it look a little straighter. It's always a method to our madness, right? So now you got your bookshelves. These are alcohol markers. They come 2 to a pack, and they're extremely affordable, especially compared to brand X. So I really want you to look into those if you don't have alcohol markers already at your disposal. The next thing I'm gonna do, I brought in Night of Navy, and I'm also gonna bring in my Momentum Black because I'm gonna do our little books for the bookshelf. What? These are gonna be my sweet little vertical books. I'm gonna put these here. Precious. And then I want some eyeglasses, some reading glasses to sit on the shelf. And then you're gonna ask me, let me get it a little darker. I hope that's dark enough, you guys. Precious. Here's the reason, you're gonna see. Here's the reason I am going to not color my books. You see how these are the outline, but they're not the actual colored in, as I'm going to show you in a minute, some books on a bookcase like I've done on some sample cards. The reason for this, I have made this particular card, I've made 10 or 11 of them for my book club. And the reason I personally did not color the books is I am going to tell them to color as they read a book, to color in one book. And so this can represent a little score chart, if you will, of books they've read all year long. Oh, I just thought that idea was precious, and no, I didn't make it up. So let's adhere this down onto the other Night in Navy, and this is going to create our bookmark. Now there's dies that are in this same stamp set. Let me show you this stamp set so you'll be like, what? Because if you are in a book club, or you love books, or you want to make some graduation cards for your kids, this is the Stampin' die set you need. It's extremely affordable. It's under $30 for this stamp set and the dies. And there's just a couple of them. It comes with the hole. This little guy punches the hole in your bookmark, but between you and me, because I've got 2 layers here, I was too nervous to try it on camera. So just, if you want to, either use your die or just use a plain Jane hole punch that we all already have. So this goes in here, and I thought it'd be fun. This ribbon is the iridescent, just iridescent. I was looking to see if there was a second name to it. It's just iridescent. Eyeball it. I'm gonna say 6 to 10 inches. Then come in from the back here and tie a bow. So what do you think? Do you like the white, let me turn this over, the white ribbon with it or the navy ribbon with it the best? The white is still available too. The navy I just had left over in my stash. That's why I'm telling you that. Then we're going to continue decorating this card. However, I want to show you some other samples that you can do with this stamp set. This I made like a graduation card. I just, look, with just a square and with the same little tassel that I've made, well, you're going to see me make it. You can make a graduation card. This is the opposite side of the paper, same paper as the blue, just using the other side. So that's a cute sample for you. I wanted to go neutral, so I've ripped and roughed up the edges and just used some iridescent gems and some twine and just some stamping to give you another sample. And then last but not least, and I talked earlier about coloring. Precious! How bright and happy is that card? And again, you could give it to your student. You're a solid 5. You could give it to the teachers. You could use it for your book club. This would be a very nice masculine card. So all these ideas I wanted to share with you to show you the versatility of this stamp set. So we've got this, but this isn't completed. We want to decorate it. And let me show you how I decorated this one. So we're going to do a little more decorating. All right, for this, I used round. I thought, wouldn't it be fun and something different just to do some rounds? So I'm going to adhere this down. I've already stamped it. This is Stylish Shapes. It has dies. It has squares. It has circles. Let's bump this up. We're going to pop it out with Dimensionals. It's going to add, guess what? Dimension. Hence the name. What the hecky? Let me turn this around so I can see. This one's for the books, is the stamp I used. Then I've got a cute little book to go on top. Here it is. This was my first sample. So between you and me, I did not love, and let me show it to you, the, Let me show you what I'm going to do. This is going to overlap the label, so I'm not putting a dimensional down there. I'll put a little dab of glue, or I could come back with my little tape runner and then pop this up. Let me show you the tassel. See the tassel, same color as the book. I felt like after I made this, and this is why we make samples sometimes, is I felt like the contrast looked better. What do you think? Do you like the light blue tassel or do you like the dark blue tassel? Now, let me show you some of the dies. I've got my mini Cut and Emboss machine, and I'm coming in, and you see where my hand is and how tiny this is? This is great for traveling. I'm going out of town next week, so I'm like, I'm taking this bad boy with me. Here are two of the dies. And this I wanted to show you, this guy, because this is what makes the tassel. And I won't bother you with making one, but see, it looks like a little comb. You'd comb your hair, and you're just gonna roll it up, and I rolled it over the twine, and then it creates that tassel look. And then you just rough it up, and it's so stinking cute. You've got the book, and then the book you just stamp with a cute little saying. And so these are included in your bundle. So let me put the samples back out for you. And you have to tell me in the comments, do you love to read? Are you in a book club? How would you use this particular stamp set for yourself? How would you use this? That's what I need to know. Let me move this on in. I want you to see all of them and how pretty and versatile and cute and all that good stuff. All right, you got a clean look at everything. Oh my gosh, which is your favorite, you guys? Have you subscribed to my channel yet? I want you to do that right now while you're thinking of it. We want to help more crafters to see these videos, and especially this month where I'm doing a card class like this every solitary week. And then go ahead and go boop and give me a thumbs up. Hit that button for me. These videos are all about introducing myself to you, introducing you to Stampin' Up! Products, and then showing you multiple ways to use the products you're about to order. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video class as much as I enjoyed teaching it to you, and I hope you'll make it. When you make your card, be sure to show me below this video the card you made, regardless of whatever paper, whether you've got this ordered already or about to order, or if you just use brand X. I want to see your pretty cards. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye now.